Have you ever just sat down to write a homebrew world for your campaign and felt stuck? Well, in this video I'm going to talk about the creative process of building your own world. Should you even do it? And if so, where do you start? Ready? Let's go. What's up, Battleflumps? My name is Aviad and I make videos to help game masters create the best experience they can. And today we're doing that with world building. One of the most complicated questions GMs ask themselves early on is how to create an interesting world for their game. Or even just where to start. We are surrounded by hundreds of examples for fascinating and complex worlds. They are everywhere. We see them in books, movies, TV shows, and of course, D&D setting books. Many GMs want to make a world of their own for their game, and that's awesome. The creative process of writing your own world can be fun. But there's a catch here. People often use the worlds they see in the media to set a bar for their own creation. And that comparison disregards years of experience that the authors worked to gain. Building an extremely detailed world is not an easy task, but it's also wildly unnecessary to run a good D&D game. So what is necessary to run a good game? Well, you need a few players, some spare time, one adventure to get you started, and that's it. So where does world building fit in all that? The answer is actually very simple. Wherever you want it to. You shouldn't feel compelled to write something just because the campaign requires it. If you find that you don't enjoy world building, pick a module. Pick the starter set or any other adventure. Your players will have fun all the same, trust me. These supplements are made by people who love that aspect of the game. And you'll see that immediately when you read them. You can actually learn a lot about world building by using these as an example, and if there's anything you don't like, you can always change it. In fact, most modules encourage you to do just that. These books are merely templates for you to play with. You will still be able to bring your own unique style into the game. And that's still world building. But if you feel inspired, if you are passionate about writing your own world from scratch, go for it. I really enjoy that part of GMing, almost as much as I enjoy presenting that world to the players. In fact, I love world building so much that I'm going to write 50,000 words about my world throughout November. It's been tough so far, but also extremely satisfying. And the best part is that I'm not doing it alone. Many brave flumps on Discord have joined me in this challenge, and we support each other throughout this Nawarmo madness. You can find a link to join us on Discord in the description. It's generally a good community for GMs, especially this November if you're taking the Nawarmo challenge. We have uploaded a few helpful assets already. And every day I upload another world building prompt to help inspire you cover most of the aspects of world building. But even with all the assets and prompts, the truth about world building for a D&D game is that there is no right place to start. You can start with a creation myth, or the life story of the tavern owner and this tiny village you've created. You don't have to write any of these to have a great campaign, but if you feel inspired, why not? Do it. Write it all. The answer to the great question that is the premise of this entire video is so simple. Start writing whatever you feel inspired to write. If you're having fun writing, you absolutely cannot go wrong. You might be wondering, how will a bunch of random lore bits make for a campaign? Well, here's the thing. If you decide to make the campaign about the parts that excite you, your players will be excited to explore them. So the important thing here is to figure out how the things you wrote meet the player characters. If you enjoy writing noble houses, like those we see in Game of Thrones, start with them and, afterwards figure out how everything else fits in. Maybe make it a political campaign. If you like to write about magic and different planes of existence, you can make a world filled with portals and, think of good reasons to jump into them. You can also tell the players about that directly. Communication is key in tabletop games. Maybe something like, hey guys, we're going to run a campaign that spans across a lot of magical planes, so please build characters that want to explore that kind of thing. Another useful tip is that you don't have to do everything by yourself. Say one of your players want to play a noble woman, but you just hate writing noble families. Ask them to write about nobility. You can take what they wrote as is, or tweak it to better fit the rest of your world. There are a few other tricks you can use to tie your world into the narrative and create conflicts around it. If you want to hear more about story hooks and adventure writing, I've made a few videos on the subject. I'll throw them in the description. I'm interested to know what excites you the most about the world you're building or playing in. I'd love to hear that in the comments. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you want to see more of me on the internet. And remember that you are awesome, keep being awesome, and I'll see you beyond the screen.